What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a quick little video on an introduction to energy, shall we say. And I'm really excited for it. So, I have read a ton of spiritual books. In case you missed that, I have a video listing all the spiritual books I have read. And I'm currently reading two books that were on my to-read book list. A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. I actually have it right here. This baby right here. She's amazing so far. And You Are Psychic by Deborah Lynn Katz, which is equally amazing. Excuse the airplanes and whatever other sounds happen. We are outside in nature. Hello. Getting some sunshine. I've been getting a lot more sunshine lately and I'm already getting super tan. But it feels good. It feels good to be in nature. It feels good to get some sun, to drink a lot of water, and to just connect with what's real, you know? So on that note, let's talk energy. If you've read any books whatsoever on spirituality, you are aware of the power of the present moment, of living in the present moment. I mean, you can study all the religions, you can study Zen practices, you can study all of the top performance, top creative habits practices, and I guarantee that all of them will at least mention living in the present moment. Why is that? Well, it has to do a lot with energy, as it turns out. Another important topic we're going to need to discuss before getting into energy is that the past and the future do not exist. What? And if you're new to spirituality, you'll probably be like, but what are you talking about? Of course they exist. Well, they don't. The past existed at one time, but now it exists only in your mind. Think about it. It makes sense if you think about it. The past is no longer here. Can you touch it? Can you feel it? Can you smell it? Can you reach out and grab it? No? Ah, yes. Well, then it exists only here. And the same is with the future. And a lot of people get caught up in the future, and I am very guilty of this myself, and trying to envision the life they want and set their intentions out, set their manifestations out. I want this, you know, saying affirmations. I've done all of that as well, and I think some of it can be very beneficial. However, the future does not exist yet either, and we can start behaving in ways that will elicit the future that we want for ourselves, right? We can do that by changing the way we act and interact with the present now. But we want to make sure that too much of our energy isn't being sent out into the future. So understanding that the present moment is all we have, and the present moment is where our power lies. And actually, I'm inspired to pull a quote that I just read from A Return to Love. So I thought this was really beautiful, and there's a whole section in this book that is within the subsection of miracles. There's a subsection on living in the present. So she says, God exists in eternity, right? The vastness of the cosmos. The only point where eternity meets time is in the present. Okay. Let's read it one more time. God exists in eternity. The only point where eternity meets time, as we know it, although time is an illusion, is the present. Now this makes sense if you think about harnessing the power of the present moment. And again, how many spiritual teachers and practices stress living in the present. You are your most powerful when you're living in your present moment. So now let's talk about that energetically. Why is that? Well, the whole reason I wanted to make this video is because I was really inspired by these discussions of energy in these books I'm reading. And I had a thought myself based on a description that Deborah Lynn Katz gives in one of her books of energy, where she says, when you are living in the past, you actually, again, this is the world of the unseen, but you have energy tying you, and I picture it kind of coming out of your head a lot of the time, right? Tying you to the past or to the future. And you can't have those things happen and simultaneously be living in the present, right? So part of your energy is going this way, and that's your life force, right? That's your life force. And I think this is why, too, we get so much more tired so much quicker when we're obsessing about the past or obsessing about the future, because we're literally shooting all of our energy out of our body to a place that doesn't exist yet, and then we're kind of existing here like a hollow shell. No wonder we're exhausted. No wonder we're not present for the people around us. So I drew a picture to illustrate it, and I hope it helps you as well. So here we have two people, right? The direction of the strands doesn't really matter, but say we have person one, this energy that's colored in on his body is where he exists in the present moment. Whereas these strands are tying him to the past. And how is that happening? That's happening because he's living in his mind. He's living in his mind movie, so to speak. He's thinking about all these things that happened in the past. Or she, whoever, it doesn't matter. He's thinking about everything that he regrets, the shame, the guilt, whatever it is. Or maybe he's so obsessed with these beautiful memories in the past because he hates his present. Whatever it is, he's existing there mentally and therefore energetically. And you can see that that leaves him with 50%, if that, energy in the present moment. So what does that mean for his life in the present? What does that mean for his interactions with people in the present? Well, it means that they're not going to be that fulfilling because he's not 100% there. But this is so common, and you see this all the time. And as you study these things, as you work on becoming more present in yourself, you will immediately be able to notice whether a person is present with you or whether they are existing in a future state or past state or both, and how, to what percentage they are existing there roughly, right? I can tell this pretty much immediately. And it doesn't always have to be, 40 years in the future or 3 years in the past. It can just be thinking about things that happened earlier that day, thinking about your workplace, thinking about what you're going to do tomorrow, thinking about what you're going to make for dinner. I mean, all of these things, you might think some of them are necessary. Sure, yeah. But we linger in these spaces a lot longer than we need to most of the time. And that's going to be another topic on making decisions quickly and therefore saving yourself energy in the long run. So here we have person B. And again, the direction of the energy, I just sort of drew it how I felt it. He's got some little energy pants on and he's living this much, maybe 50, maybe 60% in the present, whereas all this energy up here is focusing on the future. Maybe he's starting a business soon and he just can't stop thinking about all the things that he needs to organize, all the people he needs to talk to, and he is not existing in this present moment. He is out here. But ultimately, that's damaging for him. He could be operating at such a higher level of productivity and creativity if he was more present, if he was using all of his life force here with what he has now. And that's hard to do. That's easier said than done. I understand that. But nonetheless, I thought I'd share this illustration with you guys because I just felt really inspired to draw it, and it really helped me to see a visual representation because, again, this is the world of the unseen, right? I'm a visual learner. I like to see things right in front of me to understand them. So I hope that helped you guys in any way to begin to understand our energy and our life force. And I can do like a 90-part series on this. I'm just now learning about it myself, but already I see how many situations in our everyday life our energy plays a role, how we interact with each other, the way that our energies meld, you know, the way our auras meld or back off from each other. It's all super interesting to me, and if you watch this this far, clearly it's interesting to you too. So let me know if you want to see more videos on energy, the basics of energy, understanding how energy works, because I think it's quite fascinating. Alright guys, just a quick video from me today. I will talk to you soon. I will see you later with more videos on spirituality and me just living my life, trying my best to be present in the moment with what I have, and ever grateful for what I have. See you soon, guys. Bye.